Mic check, mic check. La la, blah blah. Audio's good. Hey, what is going on, YouTube? Yes, I am vlogging more. Yes, I'm having more conversations with the camera, and I really don't know what to talk about on this space anymore. Now, before when I was doing this, I was just, laying my opinions out on very specific things that people would ask. And mind you, if you want to get involved with these videos, ask away, give me articles, give me topics, life advice. That's my shit. Before I would just be like, fuck what you guys think. I'm just gonna do whatever I want. But I don't think that's what this space is for. I think it's about interaction. So basically what I'm saying is I'm just gonna talk about whatever the fuck is on my mind. Whether it's dated or not, people are like, well, people have been talking about that. Fuck you, bitch, it's my channel. Nothing's dated. Say whatever I want. But I don't think that's what this space is for. I think it's about interaction. Now, this is a topic that's been kind of like mulling in my head. Is mulling a word? I keep using words that I don't know exist or not. Mulling over your head, in my mind, in my face. But in 2017, there has been this huge rising of like women empowered films. And I gotta say, I kind of like it. It's different. And to be honest with you, it's kind of nice. Now, I've said this before too, like I grew up around very strong women, specifically Asian immigrant women. See, the woman that I grew up with, my mother, she is kind of like the foundation of the type of women I like to be with and how I view women. Because, that's firsthand experience, right? My mom ran and still runs the business with my father. She raised 2 kids. They were working like, at the time when we started, like, I don't know, 70, 80 plus hours a week. I can't remember exactly. And still on Sundays, she made food for the church. She supported my father when he was trying to become a pastor. And on her spare time, she would fuck me up. So when these films started to come out, I started to read like reviews of a lot of these like women empowered films from the perspective of a lot of men who kind of view women in a different light. Now, there's this guy on the internet who I actually do watch a lot, and I don't agree with half the shit that he says, but he's very compelling and I love the way that he speaks. And I guess he's like a comedian, but I think he's more of like a political analyst or some sort. His name is Steven Crowder. Now, Steven Crowder had this video out, and it was a while back when Atomic Blonde came out, right? Now, Atomic Blonde is basically this secret agent woman played by Charlize Theron, who I fucking love. Charlize, if you're into overweight, chubby Korean men, let me know. Well, I have a girlfriend, but I'll talk to, never mind, I'm probably gonna have to delete this part. But he kind of goes on this rant which reflects what a lot of men think when it came to films like this, where they said shit like, there is no fucking way a girl can whoop a dude's ass like that. It's so unrealistic. So when I hear this shit, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a fucking film. No shit, it's unrealistic. What? And onto his point, he kind of mentions Superwoman, where he says it's okay with Superwoman because it's a fictional character with superpowers. However, Atomic Blonde is also fictional. What the fuck are you talking about? And look, I get it. Yeah, no shit. When Charlize Theron comes up in this one part of the film and she starts beating the shit out of somebody with the heel, clearly that's not real. But it's not something that's just attributed to women in action films. Do you understand what I'm saying? If it doesn't bother you that Jackie Chan whooped somebody's ass with a feather duster and a pooper scooper, I'm pretty sure you should be okay with Charlize Theron smacking somebody in the face with a heel. My God. Jackie Chan's one of my heroes, but I gotta say, in every movie, he makes false promises. How many times did that fool say he didn't want trouble, but he still whoops everybody's ass? I don't want trouble. Ah, you said you didn't want trouble. Like, I've seen a lot of street fights, and I had never seen somebody do a 360 kick to somebody's face, and everybody was like, oh, that shit's so realistic. So when people say stuff like, well, it's unrealistic for women, bitch, it's unrealistic for humans in general. What are you talking about? Like, when in the fuck do you ever see a street fight where fucking hits are blocked exactly? For men and women, it doesn't make sense. And I gotta say, when I started to read the critiques about women in film and why they didn't like it, I started to understand. I started to understand a little bit why girls get tired of the whole, like, the damsel in distress type of thing. Yeah, Charlize Theron and Atomic Blonde, like, kicking everybody's ass isn't realistic, but on the other side, like I just said, fucking 007 or anybody else, Liam Neeson's! I fucking love Liam Neeson's, but the motherfucker's like 50 or 60 years old, killing everybody! What the fucking precision? Nobody wants to see a realistic action film, bitch. I want to see somebody get shot 6 or 7 times and somehow be able to still walk. It's like Tony Montana and Scarface. That fool got shot 50 times, but he still was like, say hello to my little friend. Or like in Rocky, Sylvester Stallone got punched in the face 78 times in 3 seconds and he was still standing. Is that shit realistic? I think not, but it was entertaining as fuck. In fact, the Rocky films ruined actual boxing for me because I found out people actually don't get hit in the face as much as they do in the movies. Shit was boring as fuck. They were blocking and guarding and shit. I was like, what's going on, son? Why can't you punch him in the face like Rocky did? Listen, I love Sylvester Stallone and I love the Rocky films, but I never understood half the shit he was saying. What the fuck are you saying? I need to go to the bathroom. If you want to watch an action film that's realistic, why don't you just go fucking watch UFC? That's what I do, and then you see what happens in a real fight. You can't put that in a film and say that it's going to be exciting. It has to be exaggerated. So if that applies to men, it also applies to women. Both are unrealistic. So what does that have to do with the fucking gender? I gotta say, if that's the complaint that people are having about the women empowered films in 2017, you're just fucking, you're scratching for shit at this point. You really are. It bothers you that a girl does something that men do, whether it's realistic or not. I understand, physically speaking, men are stronger than women. That's why we have different weight classes, and that's why in the UFC, women fight women and men fight men. We all understand that, but in a fictional film, they can do whatever the fuck they want, just like the male characters. What it kind of boils down to, and I hate using this word, but it's just a little bit of sexism, don't you think? That even in a fake, fictitious world, that they can't even have superpowers. They can't do, why? Why? Like what the fuck? Lord of the Rings, that one bitch, she rides dragons and fucking roasts people like marshmallows, but that don't bother nobody. Like I said, I'm not going against science. I'm not saying that fucking men are weaker than women physically. Scientifically speaking, it's not true. But it also doesn't mean that there aren't women out there that could whoop a dude's ass. Like, have you seen Chris Cyborg? That woman looks like she cracks coconuts with her face. She looked like if she want that ass, she gonna take that ass. It just gets me to wonder, like, why are people threatened by that shit? Why are people threatened by uplifting the other gender? And also, not to bleed into another topic, but when these type of issues are brought up, a lot of people like to generalize and categorize men into like one angry little cluster. So if like a small group of men think of women in this type of way, suddenly it's all men. Yeah, we make jokes about it, but I'm starting to think that people actually believe in this bullshit. Don't condemn me for what my shitty ass peers do. Condemn me for the shitty things that I do. And then on the same note of where I talk about guys who feel threatened by uplifting women, I don't believe that you have to support what women do by trashing what men do. I think it's the dumbest thing on earth. Like, yeah, I want women to be strong, but fuck dicks. Listen, why fuck dicks? Well, actually, that would be kind of nice. But why hate men just to support what women do, and why hate women just to support what men do? It doesn't make sense. Just because you like something doesn't mean you automatically have to hate something else. Not everything works out that way. So my question to you out there is, how do you feel about this new trend of Hollywood women movies? Do you like it? Do you think it's unrealistic? Do you think that people are just doing it because it's a trend and a fad right now? Or do you think that it's good for society? Because I'll tell you what, I don't mind watching a video of a woman kicking my fucking ass. That sounds like a fetish. That's not what I meant.